Hello, Guardians, and welcome to Destiny Reset Episode 99. This podcast is about anything and everything related to Destiny the game. If you love playing Destiny as much as we do, you're in the right place. This reset, Dirtfam banner had a surprise return. Bungie's heading to E3 with that Arcstrider, and we hash out what platforms we're playing Destiny 2 on. Hello, Guardians, and welcome. It's Arrow Knight, and here with me, of course, is Cyborg Sasquatch. How's it going, dude?
Howdy.
How are you?
I'm great. As great as can be.
We don't have anyone else with us this week. It's just you and I.
Just little old Arrow and Cyborg this week.
It's the eve of 100 episodes.
Yeah, episode 99.
Crazy.
That's pretty cool. Can we just, skip and go to 101? And then we'll do, episode 100, at some other day.
Some other time. Some other day. Some other place.
Yeah, that'd be funny, right?
Yeah, that'd be funny. How's your week going, man?
It's going pretty good, man. Pretty busy with a newborn at home and then a 3.5-year-old at home. And
dude, I know the exact position you're in. It's crazy.
Strangely enough. But things are going fine. It's definitely limiting my gaming time at the moment.
We were talking about this week, among our gazillion texts throughout the week, it's like our game time is definitely, we have to be a little more strategic with it right now.
Yep. And you gotta just take it when you can get it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What little that you can, but,
wouldn't change a thing,
fun
right?
stuff going on, yeah. It's definitely worth it.
Yes.
So how are you though? What's going on, man?
I'm good, dude. This is the time of year, the one time of year that I have a tendency to have some allergies.
Oh no.
But I've been told that I'm pretty fortunate to only have to deal with it one time a year. I go get like a steroid Z pack and I'm good for the whole year. But this year, man, I tried to head it off. I've been taking an allergy pill and some decongestant, and I think I did it. I don't want to speak too soon, but I think I may not actually get a sinus infection this year. And that's exciting, right?
Hey, as a man with golden pipes, it's very important.
This is an exciting topic for the podcast, a Destiny podcast. No, dude, allergies are nuts, man. They wear you out. Everybody knows that. It's crazy how much they affect your energy level, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely will. A lot of people were tweeting about allergies this week. I guess it's that time of year.
Yeah, it's that time of year. Well,
let's get this show on the road. What you say?
Yeah, let's do it. I think we got a couple announcements, maybe.
A couple little things, a couple little reminders, a couple little something. Want to remind all our listeners that we will, number one, be attending GuardianCon if you're going to be there.
We will be there.
In case you haven't tuned in for a recent episode, we're gonna be at GuardianCon along with you. From what is that? July. Yeah, June 30th and July 1st. There we go. That throws me off.
I know it does.
So if you're attending, be on the lookout for us. And we're also gonna have in our Discord some channels open for GuardianCon attendees. So those will be open probably by the time you hear us, so you can start to catch up with other folks that are going. I'm sure there's going to be some meetups, several meetups planned. There'll be lots of photo ops that will take place.
I was not there last year, and the Dirtfam turnout was amazing from what I could see in pictures and chatter. So I'm excited for this year. I'm really excited to see how much of how many Dirtfam is there.
Yeah, it's exciting. Pretty exciting. So not only is there going to be a ton of stuff to do, but it'll be great to hang out with other Guardians. And if you're going to be there on Saturday, July 1st, you can catch Arrow Knight and I in the podcast theater. That's July 1st, 2017 at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. You'll be able to come and watch us live. Now, what I understand is the podcast theater seats about 300 people. And and there's about 7,000 attending. Now, we're not going to pretend like all 7,000 of those people know who we are, but
right, yeah.
But point is, if you want to plan to be in the podcast theater, I would plan to get in there as early as they'll let you. I think we're going to be the first podcast recording that day. You can hang out with us live. Exciting. We're going to make it a really special show, and if you're not there, you'll be able to watch as well because it will be streamed directly from the Destiny Reset Twitch channel. So You'll be able to watch that go down live. So if you're at home and you're stuck at home and you can't go to Guardian Con, first of all, I'm really sorry that you won't be there.
Wish you were there.
Missed. Absolutely. But tune in July 1st at 12 p.m. Eastern and watch episode whatever number it's going to be.
If you are there, be sure and sport one of those derp shirts. If you want. If you're not there,
Saturday will be the day.
You can. I mean, you still can do it at home if you want while you're watching the stream. That's totally.
Go throw on your shirt, get your mug, and put on your hoodie, and put your sticker on your forehead. Whatever you can do, represent the Derp fam. So we just want to remind everybody about that, and we hope to see you there. We're really excited.
Oh, dude, it's going to be so fun. We were talking this week. Well, LA was such an amazing experience, but we're going to have a little bit more time here to like kind of hang out and visit. So we're thrilled about that. Like,
I believe the lauded steak dinner will finally occur.
Yes, we will. We will have to document it.
We're going to make sure that happes. Maybe it'll be a steak lunch. I don't know at this point. What time it will happen, but a meal with steak will take place.
But then, we were talking, we've now met in person, where if we have the steak dinner or lunch or whatever, I mean, what are we going to talk about now? I guess just Destiny.
Yep, we can't play it up anymore after that.
I have to think of something else to play up.
Yeah. Also, an interesting occurrence will happen at Guardian Con that I'm sure will be very publicized, but we talked about last week, our good friend Jay Howard. We made a commitment to him that if the community was able to raise money to get him there, that Air Knight and I will eat a slice of pineapple pizza.
Oh, man.
So that's the thing that's going to happen.
That's a thing. It's going to happen.
So you can look forward to that if you're part of that insane debate.
I think the fam's already scouting out solid pizza places. They assured us they would not get us a crappy pizza. They would at least.
Sure hope so.
Which, I mean, I guess if they're trying to convert us to pineapple pizza lovers, they better get us a good pizza.
I mean, right? I like pizzas with Canadian bacon. Mm-hmm. I'm down with the Canadian bacon. So if it has some,
you're
of that,
halfway to the Hawaiian.
Yeah. If it has some of that, maybe it'll kind of pad the weird flavor of the pineapple that goes with it.
My wife loves the Hawaiian pizza. Maybe there's something there, man. I don't know. We'll see after Guardian Con.
Oh, boy. So, and then one thing we wanted to mention as well, if you're a PC player and you're planning on playing Destiny 2 on PC, we opened up a channel this week in our Discord server to serve that aspect of the community. So you can jump in. Some folks were already putting up some great information. Our buddy Hidden, he's always on top of stuff like this. He posted some great how-to instructions on how to link battle.net and your Discord, which I think will help with your friends list. So there's some cool things to check out there about getting ready for PC, and we don't know when that's actually going to release, but you can talk about, Destiny 2 on PC and talk about PC specs and all the nerdy stuff.
They may be thinking, man, that's awful early, but we want you guys to be able to talk about the game with whatever platform you're planning on playing.
Yeah,
coordinate, do the thing. Yep.
And since PC is it's not like a fixed console experience. There's customization that goes into playing on PC. There's plenty to talk about there.
Yep.
And it also gives people a chance to group up and make friends to play with on the PC, and Yeah. It was demanded, so we have provided.
Yes. Shout out to the admins and ambassadors for the conversation and implementation.
Absolutely.
Thank you, guys.
So I think that's all the announcements this week, yeah?
Yeah. It's kind of, we were talking, it's kind of been a quiet week as far as
quiet week.
Destiny and Dirt Fam just kind of hanging out. It is Iron Banner, but Dirt Fam Banner.
But hey, just around the corner, it's going to get loud because E3 is happening. And
booyah.
What weekend is E3?
See that Arc Strider. I think it's in the middle of the week, dude. I think it's the 13th through the 15th.
I'm trying to remember the exact
13th, 14th, and 15th, I think.
The exact dates.
E3
13th through the 15th.
Yep.
So by the time you hear this on Tuesday, E3 will have begun.
Yes.
And
we'll see some Arc Striding.
Hopefully the following episode we'll have some E3 stuff to talk about. Episode 100, of course. We'll catch you up there. But
maybe next year we'll see if we can figure out a way to get to E3.
I would love to be there, but I'd almost rather be at PAX. But we're about to talk about that for a second.
Yes.
That's going to come up. But to E3, before we move forward, in the news, just a little tidbit. Activision put out their press release for E3. And of course, it's mentioned. I'm gonna go ahead and, if you don't mind, just read this paragraph. Is that okay?
Do it, man.
All right.
Do it live.
We'll do it live. In a press release titled, Activision showcases blockbuster lineup at Electronic Entertainment Expo 2017. I quote, following the epic global Destiny 2 gameplay premiere, which took place in May, Activision and Bungie will showcase Destiny 2, providing an array of hands-on experiences for attendees where they can play the all-new story campaign, as well as competitive and cooperative multiplayer gameplay. In addition, the playable debut of a brand new Guardian subclass, the Arc Strider Hunter, will be available, whose super ability is to summon an Arc-empowered staff to be used for close quarters melee combat. Attendees are invited to play Destiny 2 on PS4 Pro in the Activision booth number 1001 in the South Hall, and PlayStation's booth number 4322 in the West Hall, and on PC and Nvidia's booth number 5230 in the West Hall. So they bring that up, and then there's another paragraph kind of recounting what Destiny is, what some Destiny 2 stuff is going to be. They bring up, again, additional timed exclusive content on PS4. Let's see. And then where's the quote that I'm looking for? Exactly. I can't find it. Dang. It's not in this document. Essentially, they said, stay tuned for news at E3, potentially announcing the beta dates. That was the biggest takeaway. Confirming, as we thought, that they would announce the beta dates.
Yeah. Makes sense.
E3. Yeah.
Give them some hype that's easy and obvious.
Yeah. And then they had a asterisk on that PlayStation 2 timed release info, and it says timed exclusive content until at least fall 2018. More details to be disclosed at E3 2017. So we're looking at another year minimum of PlayStation timed exclusive content.
So crazy, dude.
We've been through that so many times, I'm not going to rehash it.
It is crazy. I don't know that any game's ever done that long. A month was hard enough to swallow. We won't get into it, but it's just it's so weird they're continuing that. Like, oh, wow.
It's a little annoying.
A month. Let's do a month.
But hey, we get to find out finally when the beta is going to drop next week. So we've got that to look forward to.
Which everybody's speculating mid-July-ish.
Yeah.
Like Joe said, that's when the last one was. So
and then you want to keep in mind that there are going to be press conferences and stuff outside the actual E3 dates. One notable one is going to be June 12th that's going to happen, which, of course, I guess by the time people catch this, that will have already occurred. But that's June 12th at 7 p.m. Central, the PlayStation Experience. So I'm interested to see if we caught anything at that.
Yeah.
Of course, all of our listeners will already know, but I'll be watching that. Don't forget to watch that Air Night, definitely. 7 p.m. this coming Monday.
7 p.m.
PlayStation Experience. I'm hoping they show off the God of War game that they teased last year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because I loved the God of War series. Like, it was just such a fun game to play.
Actually, I think I only played one of those. For some reason, I never really got around to those.
2 was like even better than the second one, and then the third one just got wacky.
Yeah. I think
it was good, but it was just so wacky. But I just enjoyed those games for some reason. Just very like, platformer type of hack and slash, and
you just work your way through the game.
Yeah, it was just a fun,
pretty epic battles.
Yeah, lots of set pieces and stuff. Just a really cool series there that I'm excited to see. But so that's E3. So pay attention. We'll try to keep you updated on what goes down there, and definitely be cool to see that Arc Strider in action, right?
Yeah, I can't wait, man. That's gonna be neat. I think that class looks cool.
I do too. All right, you want to get into the TWAB?
Yeah, the TWAB, man. It's exciting. You can feel the excitement in the TWAB. They're in that phase of showing us peeling back different layers of the game and showing it to us.
Yep,
it's an exciting time.
I can feel it in the air. Just the tingles.
I like how right off the bat, this will be short and sweet.
Yeah. So they're getting ready to show up at E3, and they talk about some of the things we just mentioned. They mentioned Cosmo is going to be out walking the beat,
which is what he did at the events.
Yeah,
he was around taking pics, doing the thing. He was just mingling with everybody. So
he's working the crowd, man.
Yeah,
seems to be what he does. So look out for the hashtag D2E3, so you can see what they may share there. And then they bring up PAX West 2017. They're going to be back. Last year was the first time they had Destiny at PAX, and they mentioned this year they're going bigger. So they have a banner here for something called Destiny Experience. Join Bungie at the Paramount Theater all weekend long. So if you have a PAX badge...
rented out their own place, huh?
Yep. They have their own building, and they say in the final days before Destiny 2 launches, we'll celebrate the community that has helped us to create a world worthy of a sequel. We'll tell you more about what you'll be able to expect from us later. With tickets on sale, we want you to be equipped with the knowledge that this year will be a special time to be a Destiny fan at PAX West.
Where is PAX West?
Seattle.
It is in Seattle, okay.
Yes.
I wasn't 100%. I've been to PAX East, but PAX West, that makes complete obvious sense that it's in Seattle.
I think PAX West
pretty
is
easy
where
for
it
them.
started.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah, the OG PAX.
Yeah. And so I when I saw this pop up, I was like, well, let me grab a day ticket just in case I can make it to this. And was not able to grab anything. Actually, right now you can buy a Monday ticket if you want.
Mm-hmm.
But that is Labor Day, I believe. And it's also like just before the game releases, and I'm like, if I'm going to take off work.
Yeah.
But then I'm going to be taking off like at least several days from work for the game. While I would love to attend whatever this event might be, I'm probably going to have to miss it.
Yeah. Well, and it's like PAX East 2 always started to land around Easter, so it just, it's like.
That's tough, yeah, when you
like,
got
dang.
family to get away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's cool though. That's exciting.
Something to look forward to. Yeah, I don't know what they exactly have planned, but could be something pretty fun.
I don't know. They have mastered this hype train. There's pretty much no question about that.
No kidding.
I mean, it's the real deal.
No kidding. So that was some big news in the TWAB this week.
I predicted the What's Up Doc, man.
You did?
I predicted it last week. You see it?
Yeah. Tell me about Destiny Player Support, what they have to say this week.
Well, in Trials of Osiris, they're actively investigating an issue where players are being granted a loss on their Trials card when they actually won the match.
Pretty stinky.
Stinks. That's like some straight up Trials RNG.
Yeah.
You don't need that in Trials.
One of the guys I was playing with was saying another thing that was happening was they would go to match up, and before you would even be taken to orbit, all of a sudden you would see like, okay, you're matching, and before you're taken out of orbit to go to the match, it was as if the match was ending and they were getting Crucible rep, and then they would check and you would have a loss on your card. So basically it was like pushing you to matchmake, dropping you a loss, and then put you right back in. It was really strange.
I think that did happen to us a long time ago once. It makes sense, but whatever they do to get that stuff to not happen.
I don't know if that's the same as what they're describing here. And I don't know if that's something that people are using an exploit to do that, or if it's just some kind of bug that's happening. But can you imagine like you going into like your, ninth game with no boon, and you just
get the
match up and get a loss?
Just
dude,
no fun.
I would lose it.
It is weird for it to just randomly pop up last weekend, though.
Yeah,
for whatever random reason.
Yeah, it is strange. Kind of late in the game to see that kind of stuff, huh?
Something going on the back end.
something. So we had the Bungie Bounty on June 14th coming up. Hey, this week you actually get to hear about it ahead of time. It'll be Geek
tomorrow
Chic
when you hear this.
Yeah, she lives in New York. So if you're in New York, hint, hint, I know a few of you, and you're trying to get that special emblem, sign of opposing will.
Just make sure you're on the right console.
She'll be on PS4 playing Clash at 10 a.m. Pacific on June 14th. So go hop in there and see if you can either play with her or play against her and catch yourself a bounty.
I got to thinking, man, all these random people we see in the Bungie Bounty, we always mention it. There's several that we don't recognize. Got me thinking to throw out to the listeners in the Derp Fam, guys, don't hesitate to tweet at us at Destiny Reset and let us know any member of the community that you would like to see us have on the show.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Tweet us and tag them.
There's so many cool people out there that, we may know or we may not know, or we may have not ever even thought of him trying to invite him on. So if you have a guest that you'd like to come on the show, let us know who you'd like to see.
Do it. Don't hesitate.
That's a good point.
Make it happen. The
movie of the week. This last one I watched, the honorable mention, and it's I don't want to screw this up. I'm pretty sure it's Japanese. The guys who made it, but it's they're not saying a whole lot in Japanese that you can't watch the video. It's basically like a huge music video, and they're doing all kinds of cool choreography and exploits and dancing and stuff. It's pretty fun to watch. Definitely check it out.
I'm watching it right now.
You can tell that they put a ton of work into this. It probably took a long time to film all the little pieces, but it's kind of one of those dancing montages, but it's done really. It kind of starts off and you're like,
it is good,
and then you get into it and they start doing some really cool stuff that I don't even know how they pulled off in the game.
The way they fade the planets while you're like loading in on your ship.
Wait till they have the transparent guardians hitting their supers across another screen. It looks really cool. Wow.
But that was my other honorable mentions. Otherwise, I may not have seen that thing.
Absolutely. I like how they don't do like second and third place. It's like, here's the movie of the week, and then here's the honorable mentions.
I came across these.
You all win. Oh, and then finally they mention they're going to have a next Bungie podcast out soon. Eric's working on that, so we have that to look forward to. And then another piece of news you might have caught on Twitter that Cosmo and Deej are going to be at Guardian Con as well, so that's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, I like how they say there. Eric is putting on the finishing touches. I'm like, dude, edit that thing. Come on. It's once a month.
We hammer that thing out. Within a matter of hours, it's live to the people.
Come on, Eric.
I guess they have to, they probably have to feed it through the marketing arm and make sure they don't say anything there.
I know. I thought about that with the one that came out last month. I'm like, how many people do they have listen to this thing to make sure that they're not accidentally saying something?
I bet it's several.
Oh, but what you said too, also, it was cool to see Cosmo and Deej tweet their Guardian Con. I really didn't think Deej was going to make it. You said it was just Cosmo last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. That's really cool of them to go to a Destiny community event.
Yep.
Exciting.
So we got that to look forward to.
Gonna be fun.
So that's the news this week, man. Any other news that we gotta catch up on?
I was gonna say, I love how he said too that they he specifically said, I'm trying to find the sentence here, basically that they're excited with all the people they're gonna meet along this journey. I thought that was cool, to acknowledge they enjoy and plan on meeting the fans,
Right.
I thought that was neat. Instead of just going there, doing the thing, presenting the thing, leaving,
Yeah.
So I like that.
That's what that's what their job is. That's what they're good at.
That's their thing.
Encouraging the fan base. So let's talk about Audible. Audible is our sponsor this week. Did you hear?
It's Audible, Cyborg.
Audible.com is sponsoring this podcast here this week because Audible is a service that you and I both use. Mm-hmm. And we thought that our listeners would benefit because if you're listening to a podcast, you can also listen to a book and get a lot of enjoyment for that. And so I actually have been using Audible for a while, probably 1.5 to 2 years now.
Yep.
And I've been using it a ton this year. And I actually this was spurred by something that we talked about at the end of last year on a show. And we were talking about things we wanted to do in the next year. And I said, I really want to read more. And so I kind of took that to heart and I set a goal and I decided I'm going to read a book a week this year.
That's a pretty hefty goal too, man. Book a month, a book a month is reasonable.
It is. Well, I say a week. I want to read 50 books this year. That was my goal. So I've got a list and I've got an Excel document. I track it and I keep up with where I'm at, what books I've read and everything. I got a whole list of books that I want to read. I drop in. But what's made that possible for me, and FYI, yes, I am on track. I've read a book a week every week this year so far.
You're reminding me of myself, man. Anytime I have an opportunity to make a spreadsheet, I'll make a spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet that up, man. I live in Microsoft Excel.
Yep.
So what's made that possible for me is Audible, and that's why I feel it's a really valuable tool. Audible.com is a delivery service for audiobooks, and you actually subscribe to the service, and every month you get a credit, and you can use that credit to purchase an audiobook.
Which that's awesome, a free book a month.
Yeah, so you're getting a book a month, and it's a subscription service. And once you unlock the book with that credit, you own it forever. So even if you stop using the service, say you're in a really busy time and you don't have time to listen to books, you don't want to get any new books, you still own that, and you don't lose access to it after you stop using the service, which I think is also really cool. So you own your library. So for you, the listeners of Destiny Reset podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 30-day trial to give you the opportunity to check out their service. So,
very cool.
I would like to encourage the listeners to take advantage of that. And you can do that by going today to audibletrial.com/Destiny Reset. They've got a special link just for our listeners where you can take advantage of that free audiobook. And heck, if you got a book in mind that you had been considering reading for a while, and
try it out.
Yeah, you can do this for free.
Don't forget, the book is being read to you.
Yeah. And so think about this. It's simple math. If you spend time in the car every day, which many people do, or maybe you're on your bike or you're in a commuter, you're in the subway, you've got time to listen to a book. Heck, you're listening to a podcast right now, so now you got time. Come on. And that's what I do. I spend a lot of time in the car. And so whenever I'm in the car, I just started making a habit, instead of cranking on the radio and zoning out, I've always got my Bluetooth headphones on, and I turn on a book and listen to it. Maybe it's 10 minutes or 20 minutes, 30 minutes at a time. And before you know it, you've consumed an awesome book.
You're through it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a great way to either entertain yourself. I know that, Arrow, you had a book that you really enjoyed that you thought we could recommend to people.
Yes.
That was a fiction book.
Yes.
What was that book?
I haven't completed this book, but that book is Dragon Age: The Stolen Throne. And I will say too, just to throw it out there, I think Cyborg, you do the same thing. I don't read a lot of fiction books, even though I would like to. I often find myself though leaning towards better yourself books, whether it be in your professional career or things of that nature. So keep that in mind too. It doesn't always have to be fiction. Those are
absolutely
great things to read.
In which they have a ton of fiction. I know that the Harry Potter series is in there, and lots of popular titles like that. I wanted to recommend, if you need an idea for an awesome book that I would recommend anybody to read, because I'm really into self-improvement. So I read books mainly around improving my my mind, or improving my business acumen, or improving my family or my marriage, whatever. So I read a book that was really powerful called Extreme Ownership: How Navy SEALs Lead and Win. And it was written by two awesome Navy SEALs that when they retired, from the Navy, they built their own business consulting business. And what they talk about in the book is really just how to use this concept called extreme ownership that's really built into the ethos of the Navy SEAL life, and apply that to your business, and how it can really change how you do business and for the better. So I got a ton out of it, not just for business, but also in my personal life. And I've talked to a lot of other people who have just loved the book. So if you need an idea for a great book to start and use your trial, those are two good ones right there.
There you go. And remember, guys, just like when we mentioned Blue, we like to mention things to you guys like this that we enjoy ourselves. So
yeah,
know we've used the service and or product also. So
when we bring sponsors on, we bring sponsors on that we believe in. So I personally believe Audible is freaking awesome. So again, before one last reminder, if you want to go check that out, download your free audiobook, go to audibletrial.com/Destiny Reset. Just
make sure and listen to that audiobook after the most recent episode of Destiny Reset.
Listen to us first.
Just kidding.
All right. Well, thanks so much if you do that. It supports the show and helps us produce it. But in the meantime, now that we've gotten that said, can I ask you, Aaron Knight, how was your reset, sir?
Dude, my reset, I fit in some playtime.
Good job.
You know what I did? First thing I did before
Trials.
No, wait. Yes.
Are you thinking about last week?
Technically, with our recording schedule, technically, I think yes. I did run some trials first.
Nice.
Before resets. I ran some trials for Jay Howard's charity stream, which was a huge success. It was 1,700 plus. So 700 went to
Stack
Downers. Yep, Stack Up. So, anyways, played some trials with Davis, Jay Howard, and Got Turkey. Got to give him a shout out. Played that during the stream. That was a blast. And
wow, did you stay up and play with Got Turkey when she streamed?
Yes.
In trials?
Yes.
God, man, you had to be just out of it because that was like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Well, we recorded that night too. Yeah. So it was it was pushing 2 by the time we got done, and then I hopped in and played with them on PS4, and then she was on Xbox. So are you ready for this? Believe this or not, I turned on my Xbox and I had to download an update before I could even play. So I'm like chatting with her, and I'm like, Xbox is updating. Really wanted to hop over and play with you for a minute because I hadn't gotten the chance to play with her before. And finally, anyways, got a partial trials card in. It was a good time. And I ended up staying up till like 5 that morning, and then got up at like, I don't even remember. I woke up at like 6 and then again at 8 and then just got up at 9. So it was one of those nights. But 3 Nightfalls, dude. I got 3 more Nightfalls in.
Nice.
That's what I was going to say.
You have
this reset, which you're listening last reset, but yes,
like a whole new person. Are you going to change your ways when Destiny 2 drops and actually play PvE content?
It brings back so many memories, man. You always joke with me. I told you the other day, I'm like, if you only knew me before House of Wolves, Cyborg, I was a Raiden Nightfall machine. But it brought back memories. I've mentioned it before. I had here we go. We just talked about this. I had my spreadsheet for my characters, and I checked boxes of what I completed for the week, But, dude, it brought back memories. I did this last week. I did it this week. Change character. Swap weapons. Change character. Except back in the day, you had to go to the tower, which made it way longer. But, 3 Nightfalls. Still have to report. No icebreaker. It's just not. It hasn't dropped for me. Maybe next week.
You talking about that really makes me think about how they changed how you can play this game. Mm-hmm. Because, you talk about pre-House of Wolves, how you played the game a certain way. And I think that you enjoyed playing those activities.
Oh, I loved it. Dude, every week, Crota, we dropped someone... We took one more person willingly out of our fire team just because they weren't on or this or that, and we tried to beat the Crota raid with one less person every week. It's just good times.
But it interests me because it's a double-edged sword. Like they gave you and other players the ability to play the PvP aspect of the game, outside of just what they had Iron Banner, and to eventually, if you wanted to, you could just play that and you could have, tons of rewards, max light level if you wanted to through those activities. And it's such a plus that you were able to, if you wanted, just play PvP and get a ton out of that and not be limited in your power level in the game. But thinking about it more and more, I feel like there was something lost there because it used to be, and one thing that I thought that was so cool and interesting about Destiny is to really get the most out of the game and to have the maximum power levels and to get all the different gear. You really had to dip your toe and dip your whole foot into every activity. And that's kind of a good and a bad thing,
we wanted to be able to do it no matter what we decided we wanted to play. But I see where you're going with this.
It's, I really have never been a big PvP player at least not in FPS shooters. I played other types of games that had some PvP aspect, but that's never really been my thing. I'd play it for fun, but it wasn't the majority of my playtime. But Destiny really forced me to play the Crucible when I didn't enjoy it. I didn't go into it for fun for a long time, but with like the Thorn bounty and the Invective bounty and then Iron Banner having the lure of, light gear that you might need, it forced me to put myself out there. And even though the experiences weren't always awesome, I got better. And once Trials of Osiris dropped, it made me really want to get better.
Yeah.
And now, I'm by no means really great at PvP in this game, but I'm at least average or above average, and I can kind of hang, and I get a ton more enjoyment out of the game because of that.
Right.
But it just makes me wonder if the fact that there's so many paths that there's a lot of players that could lose those really fun, great experiences. Like, I know guys who just play the Crucible and have never run raids, and raids are even professed by the developer like the epitome, like the top level experience in Destiny. Like that is their high mountain in this game that they want every player to climb.
Yeah. It is crazy to think about, like I that's all I did, man. And then Trials just speaks to me. So as soon as that came out, it's like I ran Wrath of the Machine and King's Fall probably a quarter as much as I did, Vault of Glass and Crota. I was running that weekly. But yeah, you're definitely right. You want to be able to log into the game and play what you want to play and get the experience and the rewards that you would get, whatever you decide to play. But at the same time, I've experienced Wrath of the Machine 1 or 2 times, and there's a lot of fun to be had there for me. But and
it's not like I don't think that every player should have to do those, those activities. But
right.
I don't know. It's I realized that there's something that was lost there.
There, and it's I don't know. I guess it's you can look at it many different angles. It's kind of a neat thing about Destiny because a lot of games you play it, you do everything you can, and you move on to another game. With Destiny, it's a lot of people play the PvE content, do what they can, mix in a little Crucible here and there, and then when there's a drought in the PvE side, you just naturally, kind of like it sounded like you did, you naturally kind of cruise over to PvP, and then get you to try it. So there's pros and cons.
Yeah.
So
it's just something to think about.
A good combo, yeah.
That I don't think that people consider that. And I don't know the stats on. I was just one player, and there could be stats that show that progression system alienated people. And so, that might be really the main thing that drove that decision for them, is they were like, we need people to not feel like they're shackled in to have to do stuff that they don't enjoy. So
I do enjoy me some PvE content, dude. If Trials wasn't in this game, I would definitely still be spending more time in PvE. It's like, I remember, I experienced the majority of my PvE way back when you had to run the raid 3 times at a specific boss just to try to get that one piece of gear that would not make you Forever 29. Do you remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
Totally different world.
Yep.
Totally different world. But,
so,
anyways.
When Destiny 2 drops, it's not launching with Trials, so.
I'm pumped. I can't wait. Dude, if it doesn't take much for me to get hyped for PvE, like just even running story missions and stuff, I enjoy it. It's a great problem to have, to know all that content setting over there when you're on the other side of the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. So
very cool.
Well, what else? So you played some Trials. How was Trials?
It was. I'm coming off of some rust, man.
This is the weekend before the weekend you guys are hearing it. So the map was
Asylum.
Asylum.
Map.
Yeah.
Yep. Your map.
The Jam.
Yep. So
not too keen on it.
I don't mind it. You go to one place in that map. I mean, you can try to go to another place, but it always ends up back up top, you know?
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it's fun. It's like most maps. It's NLB works just fine on it. But I was coming off of some rust, man. So I got some good shots in there, but it was definitely a little sweaty.
Shake it off? Did you?
I felt like I did. I felt like I played well, but I could definitely sense that I've only played 2 Trials cards in like the last 4 months. But I didn't do too shabby for that, I don't think. But it was a good time regardless. You know, you make it fun.
Did it make you want to scratch the itch again? Because I find when I come back to something like that, I'm like, I get thirsty for it more.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then I got this crazy no scope NLB shot on a Titan that was running around a corner. You know how you could always tell a slam's coming. Mm-hmm. I had to post it on my YouTube channel. It might have been one of my crispiest no scopes, and it definitely did exactly that. It's like, okay, I'm not going to sleep. Let's just play for the next 48 hours.
Makes you want to do it again.
Yep, exactly.
I know
that's it. No, it was a good time. Did you fit in any trials before we move on to the other activity?
So it's Thursday when we're recording. So I played as well on Cauldron, and I ran probably like 4 cards across 2 nights. Mm-hmm. And the second night, I think we only ended up doing like 1 card because that card did not go super well. And we're like, we didn't go into it with like, all right, we're playing Trials tonight. It was just like, oh, you want to play a card? Okay, yeah, sure, we'll do a card. And it went really poorly, so we're like, all right, we're gonna go to bed. But I still had a lot of fun, and still play. I'm gonna plan on possibly playing some more this weekend because I want to get those heavy kills, get that portion done on my Age of Triumph book, and maybe try to get another flawless before Destiny 1 is complete. I wouldn't mind that. I've been playing on my Titan. So I wouldn't mind getting my Titan flawless. I don't think that I've gotten him flawless yet.
Playing hammers or striker?
So one night I did defender, and then the next night I did striker. Nice. Got a couple decent slams in. I'm not awesome with slams. Like I haven't done it enough that I can. Some people are just perfect about placing them right on top of people and always land them. I had several that just completely missed people. And I knew that if I knew what I was doing, I probably could have killed them, but I didn't, so I screwed it up. It happens.
Yep, it happens. That's okay though. You could be like me and forget you switched your subclass and
right. That always cracks me up when you go to pop your super and you slam, or vice versa. That's pretty funny.
You go to shut down someone else's super and then you go gong. Oh yeah, that's right. I'm
Whoops, I'm dead. Yep, those things happen. Besides that, Destiny wise, I just did some of my weekly stuff. Worked on some of the bounties. Got my my treasures. Got all the stuff done so I can get all my treasures.
Very cool.
Got to get those free.
The stuffs.
Free treasures.
Yep.
And, I did get out of one of my treasures. I got the Devourer of Moons ornament for Necrochasm, which looks amazing.
Very cool.
It's really cool looking.
Say mine for me again. I got the,
what was the name of it? Now I forget.
I got it right there.
Basilisk's Glory.
Basilisks. Yes, dude. Yes. The black and gold Suros. Totally forgot that I wanted that when I saw it on stream. Now I have it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I do remember you saying that. You're like, oh, I need that.
Yep.
It does look pretty cool. Of course,
because it looks like Trials.
It's black on there, and it's got like a dragonish type character, which I knew a basilisk was like a snake serpent type thing. I didn't know they were so much dragony, but heck, we'll roll with it. And so it looks like pretty much like the same artwork that's being used for the new class representations and like the merch that they put out for Destiny 2, where they have like different, Hunter, Warlock, Titan insignia.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, that stuff is back up for pre-order at GameStop. I think I forgot to mention that recently. And they have some really awesome stuff. I mean, they got hats, they've got shirts, they've got keychains. All of it looks, I'm going to be honest, I hate to say this, but I think my favorite is the Hunter stuff. I just love the way the logo and everything works. I know.
Cyborg maining a Hunter in Destiny 2.
It's just artwork, guys. I just like the artwork. It has nothing to do with the class. I just like the way it looks.
Well,
but I lost my train of thought.
That's acceptable. What were we talking about?
I don't know. One thing that was good to note that I noticed this week, I was on Twitter, I think it was today or yesterday, and a guy I follow was responding to a tweet that Bungie tweeted, and the tweet was, in Destiny 2, every Titan is a defender, and it was a picture of the Titan with his little shield ability that they have now. And my friend commented, Walter, and he said, well, there you have it. Class abilities all have the same abilities no matter the subclass. That's what he is reading into it. And I was like, wow, I think that you're right. And I don't know if they're called class abilities specifically, because I never heard them say that term specifically. Did you?
No.
On any of the Destiny 2 stuff?
I think so. I don't think so.
I don't know what they're called, but going off the Bungie tweet, if that's 100% accurate, it seems that every Titan subclass will have that specific ability, because I was curious if that was going to be the case. I think a lot of people were assuming as much, but for me it was kind of like, well, until they show me everything or say otherwise, I'm gonna leave hope that maybe there's another passive ability for different classes. So I'm gonna have to say this seems like it's confirming it.
Yeah,
it's confirming it, which it simplifies things on one hand. So that if you're playing that role, whatever class, you're gonna have that ability, so you can use that in different ways. But then additionally, I think that opens a door for later as they expand the game. They may be able to build some new passive classes in to the game, or not passive classes, but abilities, or
abilities,
maybe even open up exotics with different variations of those. Who knows? So something to keep in mind as the game develops. I'm sure that they're not going to I just can't imagine them having the entirety of Destiny 2 and you have the same passive ability for 2-3 years, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, do you agree with that?
No, I agree. Yeah.
That would be kind of strange.
Who would have thought this could be such a big conversation?
Well, I just think really hard about this stuff.
No, it's good, man. This is the whole point. That's the whole point. Make you think. Yeah.
So, anything else going on your reset this week, man?
Dude, it's Dirt Fan Banner this week. When you're listening, it's over. But for anybody that doesn't know, Dirt Fan Banner, anytime Iron Banner's up, we like to promote Dirt Fam, go out and play, meet new members of the fam, and have a good time. So Dirt Fam Banner. I played some.
Supremacy this week.
Yeah, Supremacy. It's interesting. Supremacy. I got to give a shout out to Nolan, Converse Fail, Sniper Wolf, Somebody, Des Raven, and Tats. We all ran one night, swapped out here and there, and I was practicing double snipe because Mr. Velvet said that at some point this week he wants to get on and play double snipe. They planned to do that before they announced it was Supremacy, so we're like...
that makes it even more fun, right?
Yes. We're still doing it. We're going to do it. But it's definitely interesting to run no land and some sort of secondary sniper and try to get those crests.
Yeah. I've never played that in Supremacy, but I've played it in other modes, and it's kind of cumbersome.
Yeah. Clash would be just fine.
Clash, yeah. I could live with that.
But anyways, good times. Dirt Fan Banner is always fun. Did you get any Iron Banner this week?
No, I haven't.
We're recording on Thursday, so it's only been live for a couple days.
Yeah, I'll probably try to get some in this weekend, but I don't know. I may jump in just to play for fun, but I've played almost every Iron Banner, I believe.
Yeah,
and I don't have too much of an incentive to play it this time.
I will say the scout rifle does look kind of cool. I don't know a ton about it, but I did watch a video to see the rolls, and it's got full auto and some stability perks. And
it's a pretty good.
I do like full auto on my scouts.
I think it's a pretty good scout.
Mm-hmm. But
it's a scout you're gonna want to have.
I may try to pick that up just to have it. But other than that, not much else.
I just lost my train of thought, but I know that it was interesting. We were talking about we think they almost forgot Iron Banner because they announced it like late.
Yeah, it was like the day after TWAB.
Because they hadn't said anything about it in the TWAB.
They tweeted it out, and it's like, oh, that was weird.
Yeah.
Sorry we didn't tell you guys about it. It's because it wasn't in the TWAB.
Yeah. I was going through my Reddit account. I was looking for something the other day, and I was looking at old posts that I'd posted. I actually I forgot about it, but I found where I posted my very first Gjallarhorn.
Nice.
And I had an image, and I didn't know this, but I had an image, and I put it up on Imager, and I was like trying to remember. I was pretty sure this is how I got it, but it came up at the end of a Crucible match, and I was running like the Thorn and the Invective bounty concurrently. Like that's why I was playing, and I actually did like really good. I even commented in my post. I was like, "This is actually a really good game for me. I'm terrible at the Crucible, but it was like a good positive KD with 19 kills, and I was like really proud of it." And then I got like a 260 light Gjallarhorn and a strange coin, and I think some kind of engram or something, and it was amazing. I had to take a picture and post it on Reddit.
That's
it was
awesome.
so significant. So that was kind of a blast from the past. I remember that. But do you remember how rare it was to get anything in Crucible matches, much less an exotic? And not only did I roll an exotic as a post-game reward, but I rolled a Gjallarhorn. I mean, that's like insanity.
I have a lot of like the old drops on my YouTube channel, like way back, even before we started this podcast, like Fatebringer and stuff like that, Hawkmoon, Gjallarhorn. But the only exotic I ever got from the Crucible, random General Crucible. It was funny. I remember this like it was yesterday. My wife came in and watched me play a match, and at the end of the match, I got No Land Beyond. And back in the day, that thing was just like the joke gun, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then little did I know that would become my favorite gun.
Down
so
the line.
I joke with my wife. I'm like, you're definitely a good luck charm. You brought me No Land Beyond way back in the day.
That's funny, man.
But yep, that's the only one I ever got, man. That's the only exotic I got from the Crucible. The drop rates were so atrocious, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that Gjallarhorn may be the only exotic I've ever gotten through the Crucible that I recall, at least.
You can't even now, right? You haven't been able to for a while.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't see anybody get exotics dropping. Yeah. I think that they changed that out of the loot pool.
Yep.
So it's just focused on legendaries now. You know,
the old days, man. I feel like we just need to go browse all those old posts because there's so much we've forgotten about how we experienced and played this game back in the day.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, that got me thinking about something that we're going to talk about in the near future too. Yes. But I want to talk as well about, we talked some last week about PC. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about, the different console options that people are going to have, because it's kind of a crossroads for a lot of folks.
Yeah, we thought it would be cool too to let people know what we're thinking we're going to end up on, at least initially.
Yeah. Because I know some people, they may have started out on a certain console, and so now you're going to have multiple options. I mean, you've got PS4, 4, PS4 Pro you can use. Of course, PC is going to be coming out at a later date, and then you've got Xbox. And at E3, we're going to be finding out more about Scorpio. That's supposed to be a pretty powerful machine. And I'm going to be interested to see if they do anything to take advantage of Scorpio, with Destiny 2 and the potential that, perhaps that machine could run Destiny 2 at 60 FPS could be very alluring for a lot of players.
Yeah. We know Pro isn't going to. Mr. Smith told us that, but we don't know about Scorpio.
Yeah, I mean, my thought is the potential for debate is going to be there if we know that Destiny 2 is the frame rate is, I think, only limited up to like 200 something frames per second, which is like smooth as freaking butter.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to do it in 4K with really nice, awesome high refresh rate monitors, and it'll just look absolutely gorgeous. So there's a huge draw there if A, you're a competitive player, B, you're really into max, graphics and the best possible picture quality and all that. Like, I can appreciate those things. I really love them when I see them, but I don't have to have that every day. Like, I can live without it. But I think that there's going to be a debate there. Like, if they were able to take advantage of the power that Scorpio is providing and the game runs at 60 FPS, I think there's a really, really big draw there for that player that wants that 60 FPS. Because I can tell you, certainly, if you're a competitive player, a lot of their complaints come down to the 30 FPS.
Yeah,
and how jittery and stuttery that is when they come from a game like Overwatch.
Yeah.
That's running at 60 FPS and they switch and they're like, it just looks terrible.
Right.
What do you think about that?
You guys, it'd be crazy if Scorpio was 60 frames. You guys would get, Xbox side, I say you guys would get 60 frames and we would get content for a year over here on the PS4 side.
Right. Personally, I'd take the 60 FPS.
Yeah. So,
of course, you're going to have to buy a potentially, $500 or $600 machine to run it, but that'd make a great Christmas gift under my tree, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you that.
So what are you thinking you're going to end up on, man, initially? Let's say no character crossover, because, more than likely that's not going to happen. If it does, it would be awesome, but let's just say...
Looking at it this way, like, if all things remained equal, there wasn't any particular... we know this. It's not launching on PC on September 8th. So knowing that we are going to start on one of two consoles, I'm going to stay where my friends are at.
Yeah.
When I say friends, I've got friends on PlayStation, but I'm saying my main crew,
where you started.
Yeah, my main crew of friends that I enjoy playing with the most is on Xbox, and I think that's where I'm going to stay.
Yeah, and that's, when I put that poll up a couple weeks ago, was what a lot of the response I got back, it's cool to see. That's obviously a big factor. My main will be starting, will be PS4.
Yeah.
But I have it reserved right now for Xbox and PS4. We like to do that so we can play with the whole fam. But I'm probably days away from starting to look at what I need to drop in my PC, because I'm going to need a graphics card, some more RAM. It's a few years into no upgrades, so I definitely would like to play the game on PC, but I'm gonna see how much that's gonna cost me, and I may end up either on both consoles, or I may end up PS4 PC initially. It's like I hope there's some sort of character crossover, because I want to be able to play with the Dirt fam on all the consoles. It would be nice.
It's just going to be so hard to to try to do 3 is
the other factor is we like to have 3 characters. I like to have 3 characters of each class on my main console.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So if that ends up happening, I don't know. Maybe I run one class on each platform. You know, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an option too.
Yeah.
You just, if the game rewards you and plays like it does now, though, you inevitably end up with stuff for other classes that you want to be able to use.
Yeah.
You know, which is a downside.
But maybe if the game's more expansive and the patrols are more RPG-ish, maybe we don't run three characters. I don't know.
And talking about PC, and we were talking about this last week after we finished recording our episode, but I've got a PC build. PC. Yeah, I've got everything spec'd out.
He's doing it.
I've had it vetted by smarter guys than me. And Destiny 2 coming to PC, along with the fact that I need a new computer, I want it for content creation as well, has really got me like amped up about building a PC. And I really haven't had a good PC that I can play like current gen games on in a long time, like over a decade. So nice. I would love to have something I can play PC games on and would be able to play Destiny 2 on.
That's exciting, man. It's nice to have a rig.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
have Steam at your fingertips with all of those games and Battle.net.
And I've got like a Steam library. I mean, I've got games on there. I would buy stuff that could run on, less powerful systems, indie games, and something that may like really push my laptop, like Civilization and stuff like that. Like that you can get away with at the lowest quality setting. But yeah, I'm gonna have that by then, and I'm excited to be able to dial up, Destiny 2 and play it on there and see what that experience is like. I doubt that I will make that a main console or anything of that nature, but I'll be spending some time there for sure.
It'll be neat to experience the game that way.
Yeah.
Like I've always been more of a console gamer. I have, as I've gotten older, I definitely dabble in PC games, and I go through phases where I play PC for a bit. Over the last 3 years, I'm always playing Destiny, but it'll just be neat to play the game on PC, because PC is just a totally different experience, whether you're talking about peripherals or you're talking about, anything.
It's gonna look really, really pretty.
Yep. Which we've seen it. It does
seen,
look pretty.
Is quite a game to see.
And that was our conversation. Is it doesn't not look pretty on console? It looks very pretty on console. When we were at the event, it looked great.
But the
PC looked really great.
Really, really nice on PC. To a factor that you didn't understand
like great
the game could
greater.
Look that good. Yeah. Awesome and awesomer,
There you go. Awesome and awesomer.
Definitely so. So I'll look forward to that, and seeing what it's like, and trying to get good at a mouse and keyboard for an FPS is going to be an experience, I
realized while we were at the event how long it has been since I've played an FPS on PC. Because
I got my butt whipped,
I felt
man.
lost.
I was very inept. I mean, one of the Bungie developers called me out on it. They were like, "You're right, bro."
Console, don't you?
I felt pretty silly, but I just had to say, "Yeah, man, sorry, I don't play PC." So,
yep. Well, cool. That's what we're ending up on.
Yep,
guys.
That was our week. Those are some of our thoughts from this week. So it's time to get into some Dirt Fam discourse, right?
Yeah, it is. Actually, I think this week Dirt Fam Discourse is going to be one huge, gigantic, massive call out to the Dirt Fam and the listeners, right?
Yeah, we did have a one email that was really nice.
Yes.
And we don't have to read the whole thing. But just the highlight, we had a new listener, and he says his name was White Dusk.
Shout out.
From
Thank
the
you very
Sola
much.
clan.
Yes.
And said he enjoyed the show and the style and the format, but My favorite line he mentioned, he said, it was very refreshing to hear clean, positive information on a game we all love and are excited for the next iteration of. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised sometimes that people are surprised that it's not hard to be positive.
Positive? Yeah.
Or at least to be neutral, lawful neutral, right?
Yep. Well, I think I said this in Discord the other day. I kind of like to look at it as positive or constructive.
Yeah.
Negative doesn't need to be in there, right?
Absolutely.
Or at least try to avoid it.
Absolutely.
But no, thank you so much for that email. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we know that it's a quiet week in Destiny Land, so but I do expect to hear from you guys after E3. So
yes,
for Dirt Fam Discourse, if you've got a question or a topic that you'd like to hear us chime in on after E3 and after we see the Arc Strider, send us an email or a speak pipe. If you want to email us, it's destinyresetpodcast@gmail.com. And if you'd like to leave a speak pipe, which is like a voice message, it's speakpipe.com/destinyreset. Really easy to remember.
Yes. We also like to take this opportunity to give a shout out to the Dirt Fam patrons out there. We do not have any gamer tags to announce this week. We do have some new patrons. We are just waiting on a message back from them with their gamer tag.
Yeah, we don't want to read people's full names on this show.
So, thank you who has become a patron this week. As soon as we get your gamer tags, we will give you a shout out.
Thank you so much for supporting us. If you don't know what this is, there's a website called Patreon that allows you to, quote, be a patron for content creators like us. And so we're asking if you'd like to support us, go become a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month or as much as $5, $10, however much you can put in your budget. Mm-hmm. And those funds go towards producing this show, helping us interact with other Guardians, and covering things like travel expenses and blah, blah, blah.
All the stuff.
Believe it or not,
to help us.
This thing adds up pretty quick what it costs for us to pull off. But our goal is to hire an awesome editor.
Yes, someone that can edit the show for us each week so that we can focus on more on
giving you an awesome show. Yeah.
Yes,
and bringing on more guests and doing all the things that make the show awesome and cool. So, so if you want to know where your money's going towards, that's the goal that we've set. So if you want to check that out, you can go to patreon.com/destinyreset. One of the rewards, or we have a few rewards if you become a patron. Can you tell us about those, Arrow?
Yes. We said this when we launched it a few weeks ago, but we definitely don't want it to seem like there's a nice gap between a listener and a Dirt Fam patron. So nothing like that at all. Just a few little things. You get a shout out on the show. You get a little spot for your gamer tag on our website, which is pretty cool. You can go to destinyresetpodcast.com and see that in our support us section. Mm-hmm. And Dirt Fam Twitter banner. So
absolutely. And then we'll be producing an extra type of show for you to listen to, that if you are a patron, you will get first access to.
Yes.
And that will be a show,
but not
generally
exclusive.
Yeah, not exclusive. Like, eventually everybody will be able to listen to these, but we'll put them up for our patrons first, and it'll be generally about all things gaming, nerd culture, movies, comics.
Let you hear Arrow and Cyborg talk about something other than Destiny. And you know what I just thought about? You know what we should do when we release that periodically, like we plan on doing here and there? We should, pinch ourselves, do something, slap ourselves if either of us say Destiny during that extra show.
No Destiny allowed.
That would be pretty funny.
That would be a good one to do. So yeah,
we got to come up with something better. I can already see what they're gonna say. They're gonna say, "Take a bite of a slice of pineapple pizza.
Yeah.
Every time we say Destiny.
That'd be a horrific tip jar right there. Can we just have the version of a swear tip jar where I just pay money so I don't have to
instead of yes
to do that, please?
Yes, I'm on board with that.
All right, great.
All right.
Anyways, that's the Patreon. Thank you if you're supporting us. Send us your gamer tag so we can give you a shout out on the show and put it on our website. You can get credit where credit is due.
Yes. Speaking of our website, guys, go to it to get to anything related to Destiny Reset and the Derp Fam. We mentioned this a couple episodes ago, but it is an excellent hub to get to anything you need to get to related to the podcast and the clan, the group.
No doubt.
Use it for that.
Awesome. Well, now that that's all been said, I think it's time to bounce out of here pretty soon, huh?
I think so, man. It's
wrap this thing up.
It's getting late. It's
all
pushing
right.
1.
Time to go to bed.
Where can people
find you, man?
You can find me at the Arrow Knight on Twitter. I did tweet the person that has Arrow Knight a couple months ago and asked them if they would let me have that, but I've kind of gotten used to
no response.
No response. So, anyways, you can also find me on YouTube and Twitch. It's Arrow Knights. I did stream this week. I didn't mention that, dude. I threw up like a 20-minute stream this week.
Hey-yo.
Just to test my stream. And then I threw up another one last night, which is Wednesday night, and played the Nightfalls, man. And I played Different Banner, like I said. So, anyways, the reason I'm telling you all this is I'm hoping to stream more soon. So, that's where you can find me on Twitch. Arrow Knight. What about you, dude? Where can they find you?
You can find me at Cyborg Sasquatch on the Twitter and the Twitch. And
Twitches.
Yep, the Twitches. And then finally, you can find us at Destiny Reset on Twitter. You can find us on the World Wide Web, as he mentioned, at www.destinyresetpodcast.com. That's your source for all things Destiny Reset, including links to click through and join our clan. Look for that Bungie logo. That'll bring you to our Bungie.net group. You can also subscribe to us. There's links to all the awesome podcast apps that you can use to drop a subscribe. We'd love for you to do that. And check us out.
If you guys want to join the Derp Fam, we have, I counted the other day, we have 7 subclans, counting the main group.
There you go.
And if you want to join, if you see the group, the subclan you're trying to join has like 75 plus members, that means the website forces us to it puts you in pending until we accept it for some reason. But anyone that has probably less than 75, it should let you join right away without having to be approved. So
there you go. We make it easy for you.
Yes.
Come on, come all.
No new iTunes reviews this week, man. So, I like to take this opportunity to thank the 109 people that have left us a review. And then this is when you call them out and ask them to
listen
leave
to
us.
you, son of guns. You sums. Y'all get on them iTunes and
we're one away from 110.
Type some words in, leave some stars and stuff.
We'll give you a shout out at the end of the show and say thank you.
Yeah, don't you want to feel special?
We appreciate it. We're like bad cop, good cop.
Yeah, good cop, bad cop.
Yes.
Next week you can be bad cop.
Yeah, I don't know. We play our roles pretty well.
Have you seen
Just kidding.
The Lego Movie?
The most recent?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude, it's so funny. My son's obsessed with it, but they have this character played by Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's. And it's a little Lego cop character, and the front of his face is nice cop. And he's playing it with like a I guess like an Irish or Gaelic accent or whatever Liam Neeson is, and he's like, "Oh, how do you do?" and blah blah blah, and then his head turns around and it's like a cop with like aviator shades, and he's bad. He's bad cop.
Oh,
and it's pretty funny.
This is a good taste of what our extra show might be like.
These are the things that we'll talk about.
It basically the handful of tangents we have on this show every now and then, it'll just basically be a show full of that.
Yeah.
No.
Anyways, Lego Movie. If you haven't seen it, I bought it and picked it up. My son loves it now.
Good, huh?
Yeah, my son loves it.
Check it out.
We've been watching. It's pretty funny. I thought it was awesome.
Very cool.
So check it out. Anyways,
sorry. No, it's all good. Tangents are always welcome.
Okay.
Anywhere in the show.
This is
well, I had fun chatting, dude.
Yeah, man, it was great to get together and do this thing with you another week. And hey, guys, episode 100. Woohoo! Next week.
Booyah.
Get ready.
Next week.
It's going to be a very special episode. We're going to do something really cool for you guys. So please come and join us, and we'll see you there.
Yes. And until then and next week, have fun playing Destiny and take care, Guardians.